What up, Mikey's crew? It's your good friend Michael here. Getting ready for the Western Michigan Campus Classic. My hair looks awful this morning, by the way. Wearing a Keep It Frigid sweatshirt. Sorry I'm not talking, but there's like a lot of people by me and I'm kind of like, I don't know, I feel weird talking to the camera by myself. Out in public, I guess. It would be a lot easier if Kathleen was here, but unfortunately she's working today, so there won't be any race footage. But it's going to be a really nice morning for a run. It's cool weather. It's going to be a hilly course, but that's okay. It was definitely humid earlier this week, which was pretty bad. We were like running in like 70-degree weather in October in Michigan. That's pretty unusual. And it was like really humid out too, so we don't have to deal with any humidity today and don't have to deal with too warm of weather either, which is awesome. So where we're heading is the rec center here. It's a big brick building where we get our registration and where we meet just outside for the start and finish, and then a little after party in there. So we'll meet you inside. By the way, I should tell you my definition of cool. It's going to be about 50 degrees for the race, so it'll be nice. Fortunately, I'm missing the Port Invitational Open 5K runs the same day, and actually that run was about an hour ago or so. So it's too bad they fell on the same day, but that's happened quite a lot. Well, at least we know we're going the right way.
Kidding.
382 is my number. The race starts all the way back there a little bit, and we head out this way. I'll just give you kind of a little bit of description of the course here. We head up here, and then we'll turn left to go up this hill. It's a pretty long hill, by the way, too. Usually during this race, I might start off a little bit slower, and I usually say that, and then I never do. But today, I'm definitely going to try to do that. Just because not in the greatest shape right now. I mean, I'm getting back there, but still not the greatest. So that hill right there is what we go up. All the way up to the top. And then we head right down a big downhill after that, end up in the valleys, and then make our way back towards Schneider Hall, up a hill there, and then run through campus like past Everett Hall, Root Hall, Henneke Hall, head out to the Miller Auditorium area, and then past Brown Hall, past the library, down a hill, and then back to the finish line. And then go inside the rec center. And I'll show off my shirt in just a second, and the bib and everything. Alright, got back to the car. Gonna show you off the shirt and the bib in just a second, but first I want to talk about like my expectations for this race. So I've been back running now for about, I think actually, yeah, just about a month. And sorry that my face looks really white. I'm like looking out into like the sun, so that's why I'm pretty bright right now. But the expectations for me for this race aren't like, you know, like I'm gonna run like really fast. Like last year I ran the Campus Classic the first time ever in under 21 minutes, and it was by 1 second. Because of the hilly course, it's not a course where I get like a really fast time. But with that being said, you know, I've only been running, you know, a lot of 2-mile days. I think this was like the first week where I've done like all 3-mile days. And I'm just going to continue to kind of go a little bit upwards and get to maybe like the 6-mile day in like a few weeks or so. But for now, it's like I can tell my stamina's coming back. So I'm probably hoping for a time in the 23s today would be nice. Maybe, you know, like 23:30 to about 24 minutes, I think would be good. I know that'd be slower than when I did the Peacock Strut. I don't know how actually I ran like a time when I did there was like in the 23s. Because if I'd only been running like 2 mile days and been only back for about 7 days running when I ran that. So I got this race, and there's 3 more races I'd like to do before the season's over. I'd like to do the Halloween run, but for the Kalamazoo area runners. That's on like the 29th of October. Then there's the Impact Trail Run in November and the WMU Turkey Trot. Those are the races I'd like to finish out the year on. I know there's a race on Thanksgiving Day I usually do, but I think this year I'm just going to kind of skip that just because of the fact I'm kind of just getting back into this. And like, I'm not like doing these races right now to run really fast like I usually would be doing. I'm just kind of doing them to kind of gauge where I'm going to be at heading into the off season so I can train next year to do like the Borges 5K. I was going to do the 10K, but I think the big 10K is going to be the exact same day as the State Games of America next year. And I was going to do the big 10K, but the State Games of America is going to be in Michigan, and I've never done that before, and that goes around that like makes stops around the country like every 2 years. And since it's in my own state, I'd rather do that, and I could do the big 10K another year because that's always going to be in Chicago, hopefully. Unless they decide to change up towns on that. Hope they don't. But enough rambling on. Let's show you the bib and the shirt as well. So here's the bib. I'm number 382 for today's race. The shirt is a really nice, neat looking shirt. I always like how they're like long sleeved for the Campus Classic, and I really like the footsteps on it. It's W with Western Michigan University, homecoming, and it's got the year 2016. You can see it says 5K down in the corner right there. And of course, you cannot forget your sponsors on the back of the shirt as well. Also, in addition to the shirt, you got a nice Western Michigan University bag. It is brown. There you go. Got some light on it. So it kind of looked like black, or just looks like, it's like I can't define that that's actually a bag until I shine some light on it. All right, so I got about 25 minutes before the race starts now. So I'm going to get my bib on, and then I'm going to head to the race, and wish me luck. I'll recap it for you when I'm done. For you guys, that'll just be a few seconds from now, but for me, I'll, like I said, hopefully be out there 23 and a half, 24 minutes. We'll see how it goes, because you never know. I'm actually going to be listening to music during the race. I could actually speed up because of that. And also, sometimes just being out there with a lot of other people, I'm just like, I'm going to pick all of you off, and so I'm going to speed up like that too. But I'm going to try to not take it too fast up the first hill and then the other hill, just because of the fact they're kind of both a little steep and they're a little long too. The ones over by Brown Hall, which are the rolling ones, aren't so bad, but these 2 steep ones I kind of want to slow down just a little bit on. That way I can save a little bit of energy for later in the race. So we'll talk to you, well, for you guys in just a few seconds, but for me it'll be quite a while before I'll be back here. All right, let's get this race recap in now. Like I said, 23 and a half to 24 minutes is what I wanted to be for my time. Well, just a little bit over. 24:07 was my time for the race today. That was good for 134th overall and 10th overall in my age group. Sorry for my coughing. I don't know if it was just the cool air that bothered me, but like the past few days, like I said, it's been like in the 70s here. It's been humid, and today all of a sudden it's just that change to that like fall air feeling. And it takes me a little bit of time actually to adjust to running in cool air. Just like when it starts warming up again, it takes a little bit of time to get heat acclimated. I think you also have to figure out, you have to get that cool air acclimated as well. And I kind of thought that might have been a problem today heading into the race for me, and it was. I definitely did feel it. If it had been cool the whole weekend I've been coming into this race, I think I'd been fine because my lungs would have been adjusted, my body would have been adjusted. But it did just bother me a little bit. I don't know. For some people, I know it doesn't. For others, like me, I guess it does. But, you know, I still enjoyed it. I still had fun. That first hill that we went up that you saw, that I did take it pretty slowly up that hill. There was someone actually at the top of the hill that was actually barfing their guts out. I mean, I don't know. It's like they sprinted up it or something, but they were just like dog tired getting to the top of this hill. And I mean, you know, I've never seen so many people like in a race before, like just stop and start walking. But I think it's because they're not used to running all these hills. And I'll tell you what, I'm not used to really running hills either because I don't do a lot of hill training, and maybe that's something I should do more coming into these races. It probably would help me out better. But once we got to the top, we had the little flat portion and then the downhill, which I did take really, really hard. And that's really when I started to feel the air kind of bother me after that, because then we went through the valleys and then we went up the hill by Schneider, and I definitely like slowed down going up that. But I didn't really feel myself pick up any speed once we got up to the top of that. Went around there, went between Root Hall and Everett Tower, for those of you that are familiar with Western's campus, and then headed out under Henneke Hall where the water stop was right by the 2-mile mark. And at that point, I usually don't grab water, but I thought today, okay, I'll grab some water, I'll walk a little bit, maybe catch my breath, and maybe that'll help me. And I think it did a little bit. Because then we had a little downhill going toward Miller Auditorium parking garage, around the paperclip turn there, and then through Brown Hall, the rolling hills. And then I really picked it up going down the downhill by the library and then sprinted to the finish. And I did beat a few people to the finish line. So I did outkick a few people, which was good. I think my first mile time, they said I was about 7:30 is where I was. And I was at about 15:30 at the 2nd mile mark. So I was like, you know, that's like 7:30 to an 8-minute mile. And then that would have meant 8:37 would have been my total time for the last mile. But if you take off maybe 40 seconds, it's more like 7:57. So I guess I stayed pretty consistent the last 2 miles. It wasn't the hills that got to me. I think it was just the cold air. But, you know, I still had a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Afterwards, I got a nice massage. I missed out on all the food, which it looked like they had like eggs and sandwiches and things like that, and bagels, but that's okay. I ate breakfast before I came anyway, so I got myself some water so I can rehydrate. I'll be good to go. They did have some water at the end of the race that I guess tasted like garden hose water, which was interesting. Thank goodness that this Aquafina won't taste like that. And also shout outs to my friends. I saw Don Rosman and Matt Peterson, and my friend Andrew Gabriel, who I went to high school with. We didn't graduate together, but he was in the class behind me in 2008. And I hadn't really seen him since like 2011, 2012, he said, because he was training for a marathon back then. And so it's like the first time we've seen each other in quite a while. He beat me in the race. Both him and Matt did. I thought I might catch him at a different portion of the race, but it's just that cold air, I think, got to me. I'm not trying to use it as an excuse, but it definitely did affect me. I will say that. But I still had fun. And hopefully you'll get to see some race footage on the 29th of October for the Jack-O-Lantern Run. We'll see. That was the race I couldn't do last year, which is the shirt I'm wearing, by the way, because I was injured, because I actually fell on a path and twisted my knee. So hopefully this year I'll be able to take part in it. Going to the Western football game today, too. Probably going to shoot some video footage there. That'll probably be coming out, I would believe, on Sunday. So thank you for watching, and thank you for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe to my channel. We'll do it over here for more content. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram. Those links are in the description below. Drop a thumbs up in this video if you enjoyed it. I know you didn't get to see any race footage, so it's kind of a little more boring than my other recaps, but at least I brought the camera today. So this is Michael Loudon, over and out until next time. And don't forget Mikey's crew. You guys are the best. Y'all take care. Forgot one more thing. I actually forgot to show off the little medal I got. This is just a medal I give to everyone that finishes the race, so this isn't like, you know, like an award you would get for just finishing your age group. Western's done a pretty bang-up job with this medal, I would say. It actually has a little bit of weight to it, which is nice. The ones in the past were kind of just cheap and plastic, but, you know, still okay. This one has a little weight to it. Like I said, it says Homecoming WMU 2016 says that under the G, Campus Classic. So a very nice looking medal to go along with that bib. And I will post a link to the results in the description so you can check out where I finished. Like I said, 134th overall, 10th in my age group. Once again, Michael Loudon, excuse me, over and out.